One of the things I used to look at on YouTube on my previous channel, the channel, it's still out there, but I haven't put anything to it. One of the things I used to look at was uh, electric vehicles and pickup trucks. It's been a minute since I've looked at either one, so why not return to my roots, but just kind of in a different way. Take a look at European pickup trucks. Now, I noticed one of the things in my comments section, y'all kind of commented a time or two about the size of vehicles here in the U.S. and the narrowness of the roads over in the UK, and in parts of Europe as well. So this is something that for me is interesting because for us, pickup trucks, well, you can have the smaller mid-sized ones. A lot of people here, well, they jack them up and, you know, it just, yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this. Wait. Mercedes-Benz has a truck? We don't have that here. The heck? It almost looks like a Nissan. Like one of the little Forerunners. Renault Alaskan. That's a cool looking truck. That's a pretty truck. Again, it looks like a Nissan though. It almost looks like not the Forerunner, but the Titan. It looks like it's based off the same wheelbase and everything too, almost. Since 2017. Okay. Ooh, Volkswagen. That looks like, yeah, looks like a Chevy Avalanche. Be cool to see one of those here though. Ford Ranger. See, they finally brought the Ford Ranger back here to the U.S. as well. I'm happy. That's something I grew up with. Ford Ranger Raptor. It's a mean looking little vehicle. Mazda BT50. I don't even... Does Mazda still sell trucks here? Back in the day, you could get... See, back in the day here, Mazda and Ford were... Like, you could get the Ford Ranger or the Mazda B2200, and they look very similar. They're on the same wheelbases and everything like that. That looks a little bit maybe like it's on the Colorado from Chevy though. Almost looks a little bit similar to it. Kind of. I'm trying to figure out if Mazda still makes pickup trucks over here in the US. They were good running little vehicles. Isuzu D-Max. And see, used to back in the day here. See, here I'm at in South Carolina back in mid to late 90s, early 2000s. The Isuzu, if you didn't have money for a Ford Ranger, and more specifically the Chevy S10, right? Isuzu had a little pickup truck, and what they used to do was around here, you either have your S10 or your Isuzu, and you would actually, what we call slamming it. You would lower it. It touched frame to the ground and everything. You'd put airbags on it, and it's just really cool time. But I haven't seen an Isuzu pickup truck either. The Isuzu looked, and for all intents and purposes, was just an off-brand Chevy S10 back in the day. Weren't quite as good, but you know, if you wanted to look, well, there you had it. I have to say this, just looking at the grill, it looks very aggressive just from the grill, because it looks like at two angry eyes and then almost an alien style mouth right here. Sporty looking truck though. Ssangyong Muso. That looks like it's a single body, right? So it looks like it's constructed all single frame is what it looks like, because I don't really see that the delineation there doesn't look to be from the body itself, but it looks more like the door where the door opens. And you've got, of course, Honda with a ridgeline does that as well, but it doesn't look like the ridgeline, at least not from this angle right here. Yeah, no, it's single. Like it's a single, it looks like it's, that looks like it's just a the crack for where the door opens at. That's all that looks like. But is that European though? Or is it just sold there in Europe itself? I don't know. To me, that's an odd look. Because everything's so straight in line from the bed right here all the way to this windowsill right here. Because a lot of times you got a little bit of a dip from the bed and everything like that below the window. I don't know. To me, that just looks odd. Because even with this, now granted, you've still got the straight line right here, right? So you get that straight line on this vehicle. But with the hood, it gives that appearance that this does sit lower, right? Even with this right here, you got the pretty lines, right? So this lines up, but it still sits. It looks like the bed itself sits lower than the glass line here. This again, you've got this raised right here, this raised piece right here on the hood. But the line itself runs. Okay, that does have kind of a weird line to it, to be honest with you, just looking at it. Beautiful truck though. Whereas this over here just looks, I don't know, maybe it's just the angles I'm seeing. It just looks weird. Looks almost blocky. Like if you were to take an 80, like a late 80s model, late 80s box model Silverado or something like that, but updated for modern times, it looks too boxy. I think that's the problem for me. It looks way too boxy. Even with this lift on the hood right here, just the overall angling and styling of it, it's too like this. You've got such sharp edges right here and right here and right here, and then right here as well. It's just such sharp edges that for me the line is. It doesn't look as clean as it should, and it looks like a box on wheels. And we got rid of stuff like that in the 80s. I don't know. Just looks funky. Fiat makes it really, and I probably just pronounced that wrong, but that looks like an updated Avalanche. It looks like a sportier. I actually love that look. That looks pretty freaking tight. I like that a lot. A lot. Like, I like that. 2016 to 2020. See, we didn't have, I'd love to see something like that here. I love the lines on it, number one, are absolutely just beautiful. From the front of the hood right here to whether you followed this or just the lines right here, just the way it overall looks aesthetically to the eyes. The way this right here looks like it's all self-contained, but it follows the lines itself very much in line with the way the rest of the vehicle looks. Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous. And even here, see, this is what I'm talking about. When you've got this line right here, which is where where the bed of your truck is at, it sits below the line where the glass is, and I think that's one of my problems with the last vehicle, is right in line with the windows. But I love the look of this. Looks sporty. Looks like you could take it off-road if you wanted to. Yeah. I'd love to get something like that. That's pretty. Oh yeah, even the back of it, man. The lines on this thing are just gorgeous. And the aerodynamics of this, because you've got the air that's going to come over top here, and it's funny, people are like, oh yeah, if you leave your tailgate down, it helps you do. No, it doesn't. No, it's been proven. That doesn't work at all, because that little vortex that gets caught behind the window, it helps the other air that's coming over top. You got the air that gets caught right back there, that other air that comes over top. That's what gives you the helps with the aerodynamic drag reduction with the truck, right? So while you've got this cover on the back right here, you've got this little pocket right here where you're going to have wind get caught. So you're going to have whatever air get caught here, and the rest of it going to go right over top, and you're going to keep the aerodynamic I like that. I like that a lot, to be honest with you. All right, so there we have it, European pickup trucks. Most of those look pretty good. This one right here, though, like this, that second to last one just looked, it was so boxy. I just, ugh. I don't know. For me, the lines didn't work. Just, it looks like a box with wheels. It's all, it looked like somebody updated the boxy 80s trucks look without without making it look as cool or as tough. But all of these trucks looked really, really cool. Or say really cool. They look like something I'd buy here in the US. I love the Volkswagen. I'd love to see them bring the Volkswagen truck here to the US. I've yet to see one out on the road. If they do have it here, the Renault Alaskan, again, that's another nice looking truck too. I would definitely love to see something like that here, because it almost looks like it could be a cross between, it looks like it would sit between that mid-range truck between, you know, it would compete with the Ranger and the Colorado. Same thing with the Mercedes-Benz X-Class. It looks like a little Toyota 4Runner is what it looked like to me. So all of these were pretty cool looking vehicles. I didn't realize that Mazda still made pickups, or Isuzu for that matter, which I haven't seen in a Isuzu car here in I don't know how long. Since 2021. Yeah, I didn't realize Isuzu was still, I haven't seen one here in I don't know how long. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. For me, I'd love to take and see these vehicles in person. They're all really, except for the second to last one, they're all really nice looking trucks. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.
You